I'm Urza47, and this is another episode of Urza Masters Magic. Thank you all for joining me once again. So we've got our paladins, among other things, and we're beginning to campaign around the map. Let's take a look at what our cities are doing. Sawmill, sawmill, housing, housing. How's this Knoll city do? So you have 16, and what's the maximum population here? 23. Okay, so you've still got a ways to go. This city's probably going nowhere or close to nowhere anyway, because the only thing we can build left is a sawmill, which is kind of an important thing to build because it improves your production, but I mean, it gets Foresters Guild and Bowmen. I mean, I guess we can build it. Sure. I'm not sure what what we're going to be doing with that city long term, because it can't produce anything other than units, and we don't really need units right now. You need to go back into this town, because this town is, yeah, it still has a rebel even after 2. You remove 1 rebel for every 2 units, normal units that are garrisoned there. So that's fine. I don't remember what I'm doing with that priest unit. I mean, this army's probably like going to be all paladins all the time, just about. And there's a sprite here, and there's another hero here. I mean, I might want to have the hero with him just so that he can get some XP, because this is Tumu the Assassin, and his stats don't look that great right now, but once he starts accumulating some XP, this Blade Master gives him every 2 levels plus 10% to hit, and also his melee attack increases much more rapidly. So, especially once I do that and I start giving him some items, he's going to be very familiar. Speaking of items, let's see here. What do I have here? Oh, whoops. Items. Yeah, I have the Sword of Milana. Why don't I give it to you? 20 mana crystals, sure. So that'll make you a lot more... Well, not a lot more, but a bit more. As soon as I finally get that spell that lets me make my own items, that'll be a whole lot more worthwhile, but... You're programmed to go back to base. I'm not sure why. You can just stand there for now. And this is a priest. It has, like, healing spell and purifier abilities and all that. I mean, I guess that's okay. I probably want to have you back at my capital city, just in case our evil friend Taron here decides to start flinging more corruption at my city. And while I'm here, I can take a look at my mana sliders here. I'm at 150 on research. I could bump that to 300 if I wanted to get the spell I'm researching, which is Disenchant Area. If I wanted to get that now, I could put 300 there, but 150 is pretty good because it goes into 300 twice, and you want to pay that research cost an exact change if you can. Gorgons, yeah, they're pretty nasty. Thinking ahead about what I might want to research next. Probably, if I don't get enchant item, it's going to be Doombat, just so I can cycle another spell through. And this unit of scouting sprite. So we already discovered this. We already went in and discovered it's a storm giant. We don't want anything to do with it yet. And that unit with the island very slowly I'm not sure where... Oh, yeah, so over here somewhere, that's right. Because this is a pretty nice... There's going to be a bunch of really nice... Yeah, look at this. 25 plus 6 production plus 30% gold because it's on Isthmus. Yeah, that's quite good. The nature node helps. The wild game helps. And what do I know about Death Knights? Stone Giant, that's not too bad. Oh yeah, this unexplored sorcery there. Let's see what's in there. Many genies. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, and as far as my own spell casting, I don't have Detect Magic up. Oops. I don't have Detect Magic up, so I might want to cast that. I also might want to cast Enchant Road, because there's a segment of road here I've not finished enchanting. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and do that. Where is it? Special spells. Enchant Road. So next turn we'll finish that off. We'll cast it right here to get all of these road segments and complete our little railroad to mirror, if you will. And there is a fire giant there. This particular one, and Doombats there. That outpost is going nowhere fast. And you're building more settlers. Do I really want that? Maybe. These halberdiers are attacking my town. With just spearmen. I mean, it'll be fine. I can summon some various things to help. Although, actually, speaking of summoning various things, can I get... Nah, that would cost 2. I can cast Wall of Fire once the combat actually starts. It'll cost me 30 times 3 is 90 actual mana points. 5 strength magical fire attack. Yes, they would... Although 4 health each, that's kind of... Oh, I can cast Giant Strength on these spearmen, too. Yeah, I might want to consider getting a bigger garrison here. Especially because there's a rebel. Oh, well. So, all kinds of fun things I can cast here. Including Shatter, possibly. Negate first strike region. Yeah, you have 9 resistance. And so do you. Yeah, and Shatter doesn't have a penalty, so it's probably not going to do anything. And you have a lot of defense. You have some defense. They have weapon immunity. Oh, yeah, these halberdiers are going to have a hard time dealing with weapon immunity. So we'll cast the Fire Elemental. Now, this weapon immunity doesn't have weapon. The thing said it had weapon immunity, and apparently it does not. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I guess for now we'll go ahead and cast some Phantom Warriors. You're not going to move anywhere. You two will. Alright, we'll let the... Right, okay, let's go ahead and cast Giant Strength. That'll give those guys a bit of a bonus. And actually, you guys will both just stand around doing nothing. You can beat up on the Fire Elemental some if you want. And we're going to want more of something. Phantom Warriors, maybe. I can cast Phantom Warriors twice or Fire Elemental once. More Giant Strength would be pretty good, too. Now, I'm not particularly worried about losses here because I have regeneration. And oh dear, I have a bit of a disadvantage. So we're going to go ahead and cast some Phantom Warriors to even the odds. Wow, they seem to have done almost nothing. Do I have any magic points left at all? Firebolt. Okay. Sure. Do we have any additional power? 6-point Firebolt. I don't believe that did anything. So you have 2 figures, and I have but 1. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to... Yeah, so I can kite and regenerate, but he's also regenerating. Which is not what I want. Because I don't think I can beat him in a straight fight. See, I have only 2 armor, and he has 4. Yeah, that's not good. And I have no more spells I can cast. Although what I could do is just wait out the 50 turns. And actually, I think I like that idea better. Because he can't actually kill me. I can just keep running around, playing Ring Around the Rosie. For just a few more turns. Now what I don't know in the case of a draw is whether I would get my other Spearman unit back. I imagine I would. I don't know whether he would get 1,000 inhabitants killed. Okay, that's not great. Okay, sawmill. I need to build sawmills on more of my cities. I've recently discovered that sawmills actually increase your overall production. It doesn't just give you a bonus if you have forest squares. So for that reason, it is something I really want to buy. And next up, probably the Miners Guild. Or the Foresters Guild, possibly. Yeah, we want that one first. More sawmills. That also gets us to Foresters Guilds. And you built a marketplace, and that gets us to Farmers Markets. Likewise for you. Wow, you were running a $5 deficit over here. How about just housing for a while? I think that'll work. Oh, we found a little bit of land. We'll have to see where that goes. So this is my assassin unit, right? Okay. So now it's time to figure out where I'm going next. So Stone Giant is interesting. Can I spare a... Wow, you have a lot of rebels. You're going to build more units after that thing is done. And you're going to be almost done with paladins. Although I will take this plucky spearman unit. And I will use him to... Yeah, sure. You can all come with me. That's fine. Actually, the sprites will have scout this place over here. I'm okay if the sprites die, because they're not... At this stage of the game, sprites aren't all that great. And you're just gonna scout as well, that's fine. Right, and did we ever see... Oh yeah, the many genies. We don't want to go in there. I don't think we scouted this either. Nope. Oh, and what is the disposition of my city over here? You got 2 units back, and you got... Oh, you didn't, because you didn't quote-unquote win. Okay, that's fine. So 2 against 1 ought to be a much better trade. Oh dear. It appears Taron is about to launch an amphibious assault that I will have to be prepared for. Okay, so 1 unit of your halberdiers versus 2 of my spearmen. I think the odds are much more favorable to me this time around. Yikes. That was extremely poor. How about a fire elemental? That was much better. Better-ish. I mean, we actually did some damage there. Okay. Those halberdiers are pretty tough to kill, as trolls tend to be, actually. So we get our area disenchant, and we can now research what's new on here. Aura of Majesty. I think that's the new one. Hoodwinks all enemy wizards into liking the casting wizard. It increases my relations by +1 point every turn. 400 mana, 5 per turn. That's not bad. In fact, I might research it now because it's kind of... Although Phantom Beast is 800, that's not so bad. That's decent. And it's another combat summon, which I love combat summons. It's like, oh, I'm undermanned for this combat. You can just snap your fingers and all of a sudden you have more creatures to throw in. Only appears if it is on land and if there are fewer than 9, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's all. Immune to all forms of death magic. Yeah, it's just a really big, giant thing. And we... Huh. I guess we want Phantom Beast, right? Yeah, I think we do. Alright, Bangkok has built the Animus Skill, which is good because I really need you to build more units. What's the production of this town currently? 53. Okay, yeah. How about... Halberdiers will cost me gold per turn, but that's fine. How about some halberdiers? You've built an Animus Skill, and you have like no garrison at all. Spearman for you. And I need to cast the Enchant Roads spell as previously discussed. Which I realize might be handing things to my opponent, making things easy for him. Oh, he doesn't actually have an army, just the trireme. No units boarding it. Okay. In that case... Yeah, you follow the yellow brick road over to here. And we're going to have... Oh, yeah, do that. We're going to have you on, like, aerial interception detail. Your mission is to sink this trireme with ranged spells, which I think you can do. Okay, and we have my main battle contingent, which is not going to move until after I scout this particular site. Many stone giants. Okay, well. Wow, that was very impressive. So each of these stone giants has a 15 strength throwing attack. And they get to do it twice per combat, it would seem. So there's going to be 10 rocks thrown before I get to do much of anything. So we are definitely not up to the challenge here. And thankfully my badly injured spearmen lived to tell the tale. So yeah, we're not going to go there. You're going to connect this road segment. There we go. My main unit, however, is going to go over here. Not there, here, where this chaos spawn is. After I take my... other spearmen and throw it many chaos spawns. I'd just like to see how many is many. 5 of them, okay. Oh, and there's also a Hydra. Just by the way, there's a Hydra. Which... I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, a bunch of paladins can probably kill these quite... I mean, Chaos Spawn, they have a lot of hit points and a lot of armor. The problem is they have all these Doomgaze abilities. What needs to happen to kill the Chaos Spawn is just lots of paladins, I think. Which I currently have 2. Actually, did I just get... yeah, a 3. We'll go ahead and send you all around. And this next one's going to be 5 turns. Let's build a sawmill instead. To try to improve our production. So the deal with paladins versus Chaos Spawn is this holy bonus is going to get us to 10, but they're going to they have a 4 of Death Gaze. Death Gaze is one of the few things that is not affected by magic immunity. So it's going to happen. Oh, you have armor piercing too. Oh yeah, you guys are pretty good. So anyway, this holy bonus is going to give me 10 resist, but I have to deduct 4 because it's a -4 class death attack. So each time I fight one of those things, I have to pass that saving throw at 6. So I have a 40% chance of failing it, and thereby losing one of these 4 figures. At which point the melee attacks would ensue. And I would probably clean up, especially because I have armor piercing. So they would get probably they would get 3 shield rolls against my 7 times 4, 28 attack rolls. I have +1 to hit, so 40% of those would hit. Roughly 5 or 6. And he would probably get a defense. So yeah, that's actually kind of not great. Although I would have a hero unit of some type. Or we're not sure. Our good friend here, Zaldron, +2 attack. So you can use like this very powerful ranged attack to soften them up, or you can use your magic points to cast things like Illusionary Warriors to help even the odds. But anyway, altogether, I think it's a little bit dicey right now. Little bit dicey right now. So what we're going to do is not be on Arcanus, because there's some useful things we can do on Mirror instead. And actually, we'll bring our plucky Spearman along as well. Now, this is a fire giant. I could send some unit I don't care, like these spiders. I could send them in. Actually, the Doombats are probably a better bet. It's also a node, which is really good because that gives me ability to do earn more magic. So we're going to go in that direction. We can actually go in right now. Ooh, do I dare? Or should I scout it first? You don't have a unit. You have a bunch of units. And I don't think I need more settlers right now. How about a temple? It would take you a long time to walk all the way there, even though it's... I can cast Word of Recall if things get hairy. Where's my summoning circle? Summon to York, which is over here. This one? That's Dover. York must be here. No? Oh, God damn it, where's York? I lost my summoning circle. Here it is. Okay. Speaking of summoning circle, do I want to cast a different spell? Like maybe... I can cast it here. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to cast Summoning Circle right there. The outpost can't build anything, but I can sure as hell put a Summoning Circle there. Now I can cast... Do I have a summon instant? Magic Spirit? I could send a Magic Spirit in. Would I be able to use it this turn? Versus Word of Recall is only 20. So I can Word of Recall my Spearman unit. Although you've already moved. I need to find a unit that has not already moved. Ah. Damn it. Why do I have to be so efficient with these? There we go. With these garrisons that I have exactly the amount I need and not one more or less. Okay, so we're gonna cast Word of Recall on one of these Spearman units, the cheapo, not experienced one, to whisk him away over to my outpost here. There he is. And now we'll have you scout the node. Many Doombats. Okay. Oh my gosh. And there's also a Chaos spawn there. Wow, these things are fast. Okay, so each Doombat has, holy crap, a shit ton of melee and armor. And also that Emulation ability, which I think my Paladins are immune to. Yikes. Ugh. I don't know if I can beat that. Because they each have 20 flipping hit points. I mean, they fly, which is not a big deal because I can cast Web. I can web at least 2 of them for free, and then a bunch more if I cast the actual web spell. That 12 attack. Yeah, it's like 12, 7 with a crap ton of hit points. And against that, I would have the likes of this Paladin unit, which has 7 times... Yeah, it has the same 28 or so. We also have this better unit here. You have the extra shield, which you get for being a veteran. Okay. So 5 or 6 defense, 7 attacks. At +1 to hit, which is not nothing. Also first strike, also not nothing. Although that only matters if we actually kill it before it can attack, which we probably wouldn't be able to do in a single attack. Yeah, I don't think we quite have enough to do that. We would need like a whole... Actually, I'm trying to imagine a better unit stack for this. So I have some Paladin units. I have some spiders, which I need for web. I mean, I have Tumo, which is basically a... I think we'll come back in a little bit. And what's this? Cockatrices. And that's unexplored, except not really. There's a great worm there. Also this Guardian Spirit, which is oddly easy, it would seem. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to head up towards this thing. What is this? A dungeon. Okay, so you have... Yeah, we're going to have to move you manually in a second. So we're definitely going to want to... Oh, Air Elemental. That could be doable. There's a bunch of relatively... Yeah, and then there's some cities down here. There's a bunch of easy stuff down here. Although there's the issue of that there being an ocean in the way, so I would need to put... I could summon another floating island for a turn or two. Now, have I explored this? I have not. So we'll do that now. Many Shadow Demons. No, I don't want to go there. So what's over here? Right now, just some land. So I'm currently casting nothing, although I just blew most of my casting skill this turn on Word of Recall and so forth. I guess we can go ahead and get started on... This is a cool thing. What was it? Oh yeah, Detect Magic. We'll go ahead and cast that. Oh, and as for research, 800. So we guess we might want to bump this to 200. Thereabouts. I think that's good. Oh, you're going to come attack me. That's slightly puzzling. Maybe he's planning on casting a spell, in which case I should head that off. Yeah, Fire Elemental at Sea is not going to work. I should head that off with Counter Magic. Yeah, you have no ranged attack. Ah, yeah, he's planning to use Firebolt. Well, that didn't work. I can't click on it. What's the... Okay, that's slightly odd. Actually, what I'm going to do is... 2.5 times... We'll let this run its course. Okay, now we'll try the Phantom Warriors. Oh, can I not? No? Yes. These guys can walk on water, I think. Yeah, they're just illusions. They're non-corporeal. They can do that kind of thing. Sink it with illusions. Okay. So my cities have grown. We've got a sawmill. Plus a whole bunch of rebels. Yeah, this forester's going. I'm not sure this is even worth the maintenance, though. That's the problem. Yeah, and Wolf Riders, there's no reason to have those when in a world in which I have. How about just trade goods? Build me some trade goods. That seems pretty good. Oh, yeah, actually, it could be worth that because it's going to be. Yeah, because the foresters would give you more production, which I could then parlay into more trade goods. Oh, look at that, a red node. Okay, you have one. You need to produce some more spearmen, although a temple would be fine too. We're gonna go back and heal up a little bit. Yeah, more halberdiers, because although you don't have any rebels currently, so maybe I don't need to do that. 8 spell research at a deducted cost of 3 per turn. Yeah, that's a profit, although it's costing me 5 gold also. So it's costing me 3 mana points and 5 gold to get 8 spell research, which I guess is an okay trade. It also allows magicians, which are not a bad unit. Oracle reduces unrest by a lot. Probably the Mechanician's Guild, because that gives me more production. Now, I should check my cities and see if anything's taking an inordinately long time, like this temple, maybe. I mean, it doesn't really need it, so yeah, you're kind of slow buying it. This other temple, which you do need, so we'll go ahead and buy it. And this whole mess of units is going to go nowhere yet because we're going to scout it first. 5 choices. Right, and my paladins are immune to the stone gaze. Oh my. There are a lot of sprites also. That will probably... Oh, I got lucky. They have a fair chance of like just wrecking my unit. You can flee. That is a problem. Because they have the potential to just, like, kill a hero or something. So what I'm going to want to do is, like, start spamming... because I'm already casting Detect Magic, though. Oh, freaking Detect Magic. Why did I have to cast that? What's the normal casting cost? 200? Now, I do get a discount on that. So it's actually more like 170 or so. What is it listed at in my special spells? Detect Magic. Oh, no, it's not. It's a enchantment. So it'll be under... Where's my enchantments? Detect Magic. It cost me 150. So I've only actually spent 4 points towards it. No, we want resist elements. Yeah, support that. We want resist elements for definitely you. Now, Shuri already has a sword that gives her that ability, so she doesn't need to have it cast explicitly. I don't think it stacks with itself. But we definitely, absolutely, 100% want Zaldron to have it. +3 resistance to the elemental magics of chaos and nature. And also that. So you're going to have a total 10 armor against ranged attacks versus sprites, which will... Let me find a sprite unit. 3 apiece. So 12. So you might take a little bit of damage. Yeah, Tumu might also take a little bit of damage. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. I can always cast, well, I would cast the, no, it wouldn't be on this thing at all. It would be combat spells. Recall hero. Where is it? Special spells, yeah. 15 is what it actually costs. And my skill is 63, yeah. So so I have four castings of that if I need them. And Zaldron's probably going to be spamming web spells, as will I as well, because we're gonna need to have a way to get to the because those things all fly. So yeah. But anyway, let's go in. And hope we don't get demolished by all of these sprites. Zaldron has taken, wow, substantial damage. That is worrisome. Alright, I think what we want Zaldron to do is try to kill one of these sprite units. And he does. Okay, I'm worried a lot less now. Wow, that only costs 3 MP. Jesus, you might be better at just flinging your magical spells at everyone. Okay, the spiders need to cast web. And we'll send in the paladins. And Tumu is just going to sit around looking pretty because you can't do a whole lot right now. I am going to cast a spell as well, probably another web. Now, what's the movement of these? 2... Alright, Zaldron has not taken any additional damage, which is good. They're going to keep plinking away at the sprites. And you're going to shoot them with shoot them with your ranged attack, which is 8. Which is pretty good. And you're +3 to hit. My goodness. Yeah, so this might do a lot of damage, actually. And by a lot, well, I killed one of them, which is not nothing. Okay, so we'll... Oh yeah, they make short work of them. Because they're immune to all of their nasty effects. No stoning touch for us. Okay, well they made short work of my spiders, which is not ideal, but I mean I can always cast more, and we're going to want to replace them with paladins anyway, because as you can see, the paladins are way better than anything else I have at the moment. This all one has 12 resistance. So I'm going to want to cast another web spell. So that my paladins can totally murder this. There we go. This is not a hill hex, so I can do that. There we go. And you're still in the web, so you can't do anything. And they will, to no effect, try to plink Zaldron. Well, some effect. You did 1 point of damage. Okay. Okay, so we get a Fame, 89 gold, 1,440 mana crystals. Wow. And a Spell Blast spell. So that was like the blue instant direct damage spell I had, where I had the opportunity to trade for and rejected. Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh, let me see what that is. Where was that? Attempts to destroy an opponent's spell before it has completely been cast. Oh, wow! This is as good as I think it is. Attempts to counter an enemy wizard spell as it's being cast. You must expend as much of your own magic power, of which I have a crap ton, thanks to all those mana crystals, as he has spent on the opposing spell to blast that spell out of existence. And I probably get and I think you have like an opposed check against this, much like Dispel Magic, which I have a huge bonus to because of my Rune Mastery. All Dispel Magic type spells. I think that counts, but I will have to do some research on that. Wow, I have 2,400 magic points and 21 fame. Pretty good. Well, this is a good place to stop off here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you will join me again for the next one, which will hopefully not take nearly as long because of various technical difficulties that I thought was the video card. It was actually me being stupid and not realizing that the DVI cable was halfway out of my monitor. I don't know why that caused a blue screen crash, but it did. And so I thought there was something horribly wrong when it was just a loose cable. Anyway, that's all behind under the bridge. We're back here mastering magic and killing cockatrices and all of that. So I do hope you'll join me for more Urza's Masters Magic. Thank you and good night.